Okay, so we're going to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Now, you might not know what Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel is. It's the upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game that was announced late last year at Jump Fest, or Jump Fiesta, or Jump Festa, whatever it's called. Anyways, the point is, it's a new Yu-Gi-Oh! Game that we have very few details on, but there's certainly a lot of speculation and hype and interest in this game. All they've really said is that it's supposed to be like Duel Links, except for the master game, which is basically the TCG or the official just main card game with all the normal rules that we're used to. And I don't think we even know like what platforms it's going to be out on. So it could be like a mobile game like Duel Links is. It could be a console game. It could be a PC game. I don't know. It could be all of the above. But that's pretty much all we have on it. So this raises a lot of questions, and I'm wanting to just sort of break down all my thoughts on this. So I've got some notes here that I'll go over. What I want out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. One, I want the production value from Duel Links. Duel Links is a very, nice looking game. It runs smoothly. It has really flashy visuals. It just feels like a modern, high quality mobile game, like at least as far as like mobile card games go. And it's done really well in that regard. It's got, the voice acting, which I think is nice, and just all the effects and the music. I want whatever that is in Master Duel. That is something that they've dropped the ball on a lot with games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, which just doesn't have any of that. Doesn't have voice acting. The effects are very plain or non-existent. Just no good. Let's see. A snappy modern simulator. So if you've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist, you'll know that while the simulator itself works just fine, it's very slow. Resolving cards like Pot of Duality or Pot of Desires is weird because like it slowly does like the banishing cards one at a time, and it takes forever. That's obviously like a bit of an issue. I think that we need like a snappy simulator. It needs to look nice. It needs to run quickly. Honestly, EDO Pro comes to mind. It runs a lot better, and that's a shame because it's like a crowdsourced, just kind of grassroots project. Shout outs to them for all the hard work they do. It's just a shame that Konami can't do the same thing in their own like first party Yu-Gi-Oh game. Next thing I want, and this is the big one, frequently updated card pool and ban list. This is something that everybody wants. Legacy of the Duelist does not have this. I don't understand why, since it's just data. Like that's a simple update. I don't know what their problem is. But keeping an updated card pool, keeping an updated ban list is crucial, especially as I get into the next thing, which is proper online play. So, before I even get into more of this, crossplay needs to exist. If this game is on Xbox and PlayStation and Switch and PC, crossplay needs to exist. There's no reason that shouldn't exist. Let's just get that out of the way. But more importantly, proper online play. We need to be able to have matchmaking. We need to be able to have leaderboards, tournaments, alternate ways to play, having like lobbies. I know that there's like a feature in Duel Links where you can basically just have a lobby and everybody just sort of rotates in matches. And the fact that that doesn't exist in like Legacy of the Duelist is so weird, since it shouldn't be hard to implement. Like this isn't a matter of like needing great netcode like a fighting game where lag would be a huge issue. It's a card game. So the fact that this hasn't existed is crazy, and I think that whatever this Master Duel game is, it needs to certainly have good online play, cross-play, and that's why having an updated card pool and updated ban list will be so helpful. So that way this can be a companion to a person who plays the TCG, and not just this weird offshoot game for a really specific audience. It's also, just this stuff doesn't seem hard to do, right? And I think that this game is being created in response to, COVID-19 existing and making physical Yu-Gi-Oh! Difficult or impossible to really play. So they probably realize they need to accelerate whatever game, some solution for people. So if they want this game to be that thing and compete with something like Magic the Gathering Arena or Pokemon Online, then you just got to have online play. It's got to have an updated card pool. Alternative formats is something that I would also like to see. I've made a video recently on this channel about alternative formats. I would love to see some way of supporting tag duels. I would love to see some way of supporting old era ban lists. Maybe give people some GOAT format options, or if not that, just let them pick the ban list from the past I want to play in. There's all kinds of things that you could do with this. Draft would be really cool. I'm sure I'm forgetting something like really obvious, but give players alternative formats. People really like being able to play in different ways, and then like Yu-Gi-Oh's just main advanced format gets really boring. So, actual single player content. So I know Legacy of the Duelist did have the story duels, and that's something that I think people never would complain about them having. It'd be nice to have a little bit more voice acting in there for sure, just to make these things feel a little bit more alive. But yeah, have some story duels. Something that I actually miss from certain older like handheld Yu-Gi-Oh games would be like duel puzzles. I know those were a lot of fun because basically it would pitch you in like a situation where you had to like work out a solution to a certain board, kind of like break my board or whatever. But it updated for the modern day. I think that could be something that's really fun. People would probably like that a lot. It gives more single player content to play through and unlock and collect. Next thing is accessible cards. So this is where it gets a little bit squirrely. So like with Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, you can grind to get cards, but obviously it can be kind of pay to win if you want to. What is it, gems or whatever they're called in Duel Links? You can buy the premium currency and buy boxes and get good cards much faster. My sort of controversial take is that I don't hate microtransactions in a game like this. I mean, we literally, if you're playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, you're spinning a gacha every week as well. Like, buying Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs is very much that. And even if you're the type of person who says, well, I don't buy Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs, I just buy singles, well, then you're still paying that's still like microtransactions. It's still like paying to win. It's not that much different. So having it in this video game wouldn't be, I don't know. I don't think it would be that bad. That could be kind of fun. I think making it where you can grind single player to get the cards in a reasonable amount of time would be nice. It's actually like not that hard in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist to grind for these cards. So I think just as long as you make the cards accessible with some work, then I don't mind there also being a pay to kind of skip and just get what you want option. This does lead me into another interesting idea for the game, which could be turning the TCG into something like how the Pokemon TCG works, where when you buy a pack, you get a code card that you can like enter into the game, and you'll get a copy of that pack in game, which would be like neat. So basically, it rewards you for playing the physical TCG by also sort of duplicating whatever you just bought in the Master Duel game. Maybe this would be Konami might feel this might cannibalize sales of like one or the other, so maybe it wouldn't be a good thing, but Pokemon's done it for years, and it seems like it works just fine for them, so hopefully it could work fine for Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know all the logistics behind it, I'm not going to pretend to. I just think it would be awesome and people would like it. And the last thing is tempering our expectations. So this is the part of the video where, all the other things I said get put on the chopping block. This is Konami. I'm not saying I hate Konami or anything like that. I am saying that we will absolutely, positively not get all of these things in this game. That's just the world we live in. Konami is going to drop the ball on something. We're not going to get every little thing that we want, and that's okay. I don't expect an absolutely flawless, perfect game, but I do hope that they put their best foot forward on this. I don't want people in the community to get too excited over. Just temper your expectations, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a cool game, but for instance, you are probably going to have to pay for it. If the game is free to download, then definitely expect a lot of microtransactions. If the game is pay to play, then maybe that means that would help them recoup the costs of higher production values. So, I mean, there's got to be a bit of a give and take here. I think that realistically, we can probably expect this game to have an updated card pool. That seems like a big thing that they were sort of pushing for with Legacy of the Duelist, at least like last spring when they updated the card pool. So hopefully this time that's something they can take more seriously, because I don't feel like that's a hard thing for them to implement, I would imagine. And I think that online play is something that they'll probably work on, because they know that this game is going to be is being made, I'd say, in response to COVID and the pandemic. So there's got to be something more to do with the online component. Yeah, I don't know. We still don't know when this game is going to release. Again, we don't know what platforms it's going to release on. So all I'm saying with that is just don't Don't be surprised if we don't hear a lot of details about this, probably until like the summer or something, and then it might not release until the fall. I think that they're probably trying to accelerate that as fast as they can, but that's just my opinion on it. And all in all, I think that covers it. That's the stuff that I want to see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I hope that they make something that truly feels like a good companion to the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and not just a cash grab or just another lazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Video game, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Video games don't have the best overall rep. Some are really good, some are pretty forgettable, some are god awful. Alright, so I've gone on long enough about this. Let me know in the comments what you're expecting from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, what you would like to see, what you would be willing to pay for a game like this, like, as a price. Would you want like a free-to-play but microtransactions? Do you want a subscription service, a one-time payment of like $50? I don't know. There's all sorts of ways to see it. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Fast turn.